Confiscated Nazi newsreel film showed 12-ton V-2 rocket bombs just after leaving their launching platforms. Reaching a speed of 3,000 miles an hour, the rocket climbs vertically for 60 miles before beginning its descent. It's been known to reach England 5 minutes after launching from the Netherlands over 200 miles away.
The war is a booster of the technological development of human beings. The achievement of the space exploration we have today all begins with the development of vengeance weapon that aims to destroy. In 1932, the graduate student Werner von Braun attracted the attention of the German army. Nazi Germany provided the funding that Braun needed to continue his research, the V-2 rocket. Beginning in September 1944, over 3,000 V-2 were launched by the Germans against the Allied targets. However, this does not stop the falling of the Third Empire. After the defeat of the Third Empire on May 8, 1945, the Soviet Union and the United States took the result of the V-2 rocket and the Cold War begins. The space race. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, into space. 4 years later, on April 12, 1961, Russian LT Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit Earth in Vostok 1. His flight lasts 108 minutes, and Gagarin reached an altitude of 327 kilometers, which is about 202 miles. It was the highest altitude that humans ever reached. After the Soviet success, the US responded with the Project Mercury on November 26, 1958. NASA selected a group of astronauts, candidates from Navy, Air Force, and Marine test pilots, and narrowed this down to a group of 7 for the program. Capsule design and astronaut training began immediately, working toward preliminary suborbit flights on the Redstone missile, followed by the orbit flight on the Atlas. Each flight series would first start uncrewed, then carry a non-human primate, then finally humans. On May 5, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American in space, launching in a ballast trajectory on Mercury Redstone 3. In a spacecraft he named Freedom 7. Though he did not achieve the orbit like Gagarin, he was the first person to exercise manual control over his spacecraft attitude and ritual rocket firing.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
The United States President John F. Kennedy declares the Apollo program as the national goal aimed to defeat the Soviet Union at the space race. The goal was eventually achieved by the Apollo 11 and its crew member Neil Armstrong.
Will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and therefore as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
In March 18, 1965, the Soviet Union launched their Vostok 2 with 2 crew members, Pavel Belyaev and Alexei Leonov, on board. Leonov performed the human first EVA, which is the spacewalk in history. The first space station. After the loss of the competition on landing on the moon by America, the Soviet Union begins to focus on the development of the space station. Space station could be used as a supply station for an interplanet mission. Also, there's a lot of science research to be carried on it. On April 19, 1971, the first ever space station of human being was launched by the Soviet Union, and it was named the Soyuz 1. In 1975, the US and the Soviet Union launched a joint mission known as the Apollo-Soyuz Test Project, signaling the end of the space race. Although the space race has come to an end, but the exploration to the space has never come to an end. So far, the farthest probe that humans ever launched was the Voyager 1, which already flew outside the solar system in a distance of about 148 astronomical units.